Can you guys hear me, and can you guys hear Ashley now? Okay, everybody can hear you. So go ahead with your story.
Right. Yeah, so I was saying, it happened a year ago, around this time last year. Um, I found out that my husband had cheated.
Mm.
He actually had sexual intercourse. It was quite intimate, not just flirting. It actually, they were quite intimate. And he did this with his cousin's wife. Um, Obviously, initially when I confronted him, he denied,
How did
but
you
I had
catch him?
evidence.
How are you sure that he did this and it's not your imagination?
Right. So, he had traveled for work,
Okay.
um, and I was supposed to follow. We've got one son together, and he traveled on a Saturday. No, he traveled on a Sunday. No, on a Saturday.
Okay.
Landed on a
What part
Sunday.
of the world are you guys in? Where are you calling me from?
So I'm currently in the United Kingdom.
Okay. Where are you from
Yeah,
originally in Africa?
Zimbabwe.
Awesome. Continue your story.
Yeah, so he he left on a Saturday, arrived. This was in South Africa. Arrived on a Sunday. I was supposed to follow on a Tuesday with my son.
Okay.
So he left one of his old phones that he wanted to go and give my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was going to come to South Africa for us to spend time with her because he's got sisters in South Africa.
Okay.
So it was going to be a bittersweet of everything, business and leisure.
Okay.
So when he left, he accused me of hiding his phone, thinking I don't want him to go and give it to his relatives in Zim. But that wasn't the case. I didn't even know where the phone was. Anyway, when I was packing, I just thought, you know what, let me also be looking for this phone whilst I'm packing. And then I found it. When I found it, I put it on the charger. And then, obviously, I then went on his phone. All his applications were still on it. Nothing had changed. So it just, this was now Monday when I switched on the phone. And then went on his WhatsApp. So he arrived on a Sunday, supposed to start work on a Monday. And then
Mhm.
he says to me, he's not going to work. I said, why? He says when he arrived, he went out with his brother. Anyway, his brother and his two sisters were staying in SA at the time. So he went out the day he landed with his brother. And then he says he got too drunk. He is not going to go to work on the first day, and it's going to be induction anyway. So I believed him because at the time I hadn't switched on the phone. So um, I allowed him to rest. And then I went about with my day. And then later on, that's when I switched on the phone. And then I see messages coming through, him communicating with this woman. I didn't know her at the time that it's the cousin's wife. Um, him asking her to say, where are you? Um, I'm staying at this hotel. How far do you stay from here? Anyway, these conversations had started earlier on. By the time I switched on the phone, she was now saying, I'm on my way coming. So I tried calling him. He actually answered me, but then that time that lady hadn't arrived at the hotel. And then I didn't say anything. And then I was just still seeing the conversations going through. And then And then she eventually arrived at the hotel. How I knew she definitely got at the hotel is he was asking her, "Where are you?" Then she sent a picture at the reception to say, "This is where I'm standing." So anyway, since then, he wasn't picking up my calls. So I then, I've got my cousins in Cape Town. And then I rang my cousin and then I was telling her what happened. My cousin is like, let's call the hotel reception and and but like to call the reception at, like the receptionist at the hotel and tell the lady who's standing in front of them to say the husband says, "I'm waiting for you to come home," like as a way of letting the woman know that, as if the husband knows that she's gone to the hotel. Anyway, we did that, but that didn't help. So during earlier, the message is earlier, my husband says to the wife, "Oh, does your husband know you're coming to see me?" And then he writes the name of the husband. And then that's when I went through his contacts in his phone to look for this name. And then I'm like, hold on, this is the I haven't met all his family since we've been married, but then I know like some of them, like when they communicate. So that's when went on his contacts, then saw that the name he was referring to is actually his cousin. So that's when I then took the number, called his cousin, and I told the cousin that your wife is at this hotel with my husband.
You did
And then
what?
yeah, but at that time I was thinking the this cousin was in South Africa because I was ready for anything. I was ready to for him to go to the hotel and catch them red-handed because I was quite upset. I wasn't thinking of anything at the moment. So when I rang him, actually his South African number wasn't going through, and then I rang him through WhatsApp, and then he was like, "No, it can't be true because that's my brother, and my brother is in the UK." I said, "You speaking to the wife? He's in SA at the moment with work." And then he couldn't believe it. So he says to me, "I'm in them, unfortunately, but I'll see if I can send someone." So my cousin then said, "You know what? This could be quite deadly, given the situation. Let's just avoid involving the husband. Okay, now that you told him, he knows, but try not to communicate with him from now. Just ignore him." So anyway, I just listened to my cousin, but I had told him anyway. And then the receptionist actually did tell the lady to say, "I received a message from your husband to say, I'm waiting for you when you come home." But that didn't stop them. They went into the hotel room. They did what they did. So obviously he was ignoring my calls the whole day. And then when she left, that's when he then tried calling me. And how I knew she had left is he then sent her a message to say, "Are you traveling okay?" So they had spent the whole day together. And then when she left, that's when he tried to reach out. So I just say to him, "I'm not coming." I cancelled our tickets. I was like, "I'm not going there. You have fun." And then he was quite surprised that I actually found out. And then I told him what I found out and the reasons why I'm not coming. And then he tried to be apologetic, but at the time I wasn't having it. And then I was the plan was when me and my son, we were going to go, but we weren't going to stay with him at the hotel. We were going to stay at his sister's house. So I just told the sister that I've just decided not to come. I didn't explain myself. So she was quite surprised because we were supposed to travel the following day. And the sister's husband had taken time off to come and pick us up. So she was like, "What's happening?" You know, eventually I had to tell her what happened. So anyway, there was a whole discussion, and then I was persuaded to go. And then my husband was like, "Okay, if you come, I'm going to speak to my work so that you come and stay here at the hotel with me, so that you don't go and stay with my family, just to show you that I know you're not going to trust me." So just because I was persuaded, I ended up going. And then, yeah, we went. But then the story was just like brushed under the carpet by my husband's family. Like, obviously, because this cousin, the mom and my husband's mom are sisters, if you get what I
Yeah.
mean. So they kind of fought
Now,
to
in
lose.
the comment section, you were typing that you wanted to cheat. Tell me about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Um, I feel like with the way I feel, I I'm still hurt. As if like it just happened, and I don't know. Um, I just feel like the only way for me to feel better. It's unfortunate that I still love him, really, but the only way I would feel better if I revenge and do the same thing.
Okay, what if he catches you and then he says he's no longer interested in the relationship? Won't you end
I
up
don't
hurting
think
yourself?
I think it would be bittersweet of both. I'm not ready for him to leave me, to be honest. But at the same time, I think I'm trying to be a bit selfish in finding ways for me to feel better, but not also thinking about the consequences, if you get what I mean.
Be careful so you don't lose your home, my dear sister. Men will always be men. Don't lose your home because of a man being a man.
Yeah, it's hard.
Is what I'm
It is
saying making
hard.
sense
Yeah.
to you?
Yeah.
Don't lose your home because a man is being a man. Unless you are tired, because he will leave you. And when he leaves you, you will struggle.
Mm-hmm.
When he leaves you, you will struggle. If you don't love him anymore, you can go and do whatever you want. But if you love him, you will hurt yourself. He will just discard of you. Or he will discard
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's my
I
advice.
wouldn't want to lie to say I don't love him, because I actually still do.
Then you're going to end up hurting yourself.
Yeah.
All those people saying there's no home, there's no home. She has a home. He just has a man who misbehaved.
Hello, dear.
Ofure, go ahead.
I don't agree with what you said, dear. If you said a
Okay, so
man
she
being
should
a
go and cheat.
man,
She should go and
dear,
cheat.
I think you should use the same energy that you use in not bashing, like correcting bad women for doing benching on other men. Use that energy for a man doing this to this our sister. Really,
You see,
dear.
the difference
Because
between
what he has
hold on, hold
done.
on, hold on, hold on.
Okay.
The difference between me and you is me, I'm a realist. If I bash the man, is he watching the live?
It doesn't matter, dear.
I'm talking to
Because
somebody, I'm giving this person advice. This person is here. The man you say we should bash, he's never going to hear it.
I take that word back. I don't mean bash. I think you should. I want you to dwell on what this man has done to this lady. If a
Okay.
man
Oh,
can
my darling
bench a
sister,
family
man. He
member,
slept with your cousin. Oh, he's the devil.
no.
But she still
I'm not
loves
a
him. So what do we
feminist,
do?
Bison or whoever your name is. I'm
Ignore
not
the
a feminist.
comments.
I
Face
say
me.
the truth the way it
Mm-mm.
is.
You, you are
Our,
you are you are playing with your emotions right
I
now.
am
Because
not.
if she had come here and said she no longer loves the guy, she's done with the marriage, then we're going to find a way of. But you see, let me tell you something, yeah. Make una dey careful how you dey advise woman wey dey in love. You will end up hurting her.
Daddy Freeze, that's not what
Okay,
I
what do
mean.
you want
I
me
just
to?
want
So
to,
come and bash a guy that is not watching.
okay. I just wanted to give my 2 cents because she's hurting. And what that man has
Okay,
done is
okay,
bad.
okay. So she's hurting. Now you now want to reinforce the belief that she has that she wants to go and cheat.
No,
So when her home breaks, do you have
Daddy Freeze,
a guess rule?
I've not said she should go and cheat. I was just talking to you. I've not even addressed the situation.
You see,
I was
hold on,
just
hold on,
only
Ofure.
saying.
You want me to say something that I don't need to say. Somebody that slept with his cousin is a foolish person. But I'm not going to hammer it.
No, but I need you to do that.
No, there's no
There
need.
is, because
No,
there should be a fair
there's no need. You are
balance.
wasting time. He has slept with his cousin. She still loves him. She wants to cheat. It's either I encourage her to cheat or I discourage her from cheating. Those are the only two things that we can do here. Any other thing is.
Yeah, the reason I came up is because sometimes it's not just women who are really bad, nasty, and
The
all of the above.
man was really bad.
Sometimes
The man was
some
nasty.
men, some
What do you
men
want
would
to do?
push
John is
you
here.
to
John, can you
do
hear me?
some things that you are not supposed to do as a woman. It takes the God and morality in you to not do
You
whatever
see,
you want
let
to pay.
me
Let me
tell you, you
call
need
it
to understand something
payback.
about me. You need to understand something about me. I'm a solution person. She has come. She has said her story. I am at the solution stage. I am at the solution stage. All these things you are telling her. Just remember that if
I've not spoken to her, dear.
but all
I was
these
just
things you
talking
want
to
me to
you.
tell her, by the time I'm done, she will go and cheat tomorrow. And then she will lose that her marriage that she
I'm
still
not
has hope
asking
in.
her. She's an adult. No matter what me and you, Daddy Freeze, we say to her, whatever she's gonna do at the end of the day is what she's gonna do.
Let me tell
But
you
all we
something.
have to do
Let me
is
tell
to
you
guide
something.
her
Have you
on the
heard of
right
what is
path.
called a seed of thought?
Oh, sure.
Whatever we tell her today, we are planting seeds of thought into her head. And you see,
No,
my problem with women is you are riding your emotions like a horse. This lady has said something. She still loves this guy. Let me tell
dear,
you.
I've not even spoken to
Oh,
the
yeah,
lady.
talk.
I have not.
Talk.
I only just came on this live to say, you said a man being a man, men will be men. I just wanted you to expatiate a little bit
Very
on
good.
that.
Men will
That's one
always be
side. So
men.
let me
Let
talk
me
to the
tell you, let
sister
me tell you
now.
the story that Wale shared with us the other day. His friend that is a woman eh, left her husband because her husband was cheating on her. The husband now remarried. She is now the side chick to a married man. You left your husband that is cheating on you, and you now went to you are now sleeping with a married man who is cheating on his wife with you. Then the matter even got more complicated. Wally was the one that said the story. He's here. Then one day she now went to her husband's house. He dropped the kids over or something. One thing led to the other. She's now slept with her husband, her ex-husband, who is now married. So she's now cheating on her
So that
husband's new wife.
I
So
understand
I
what
want
you're
to, you see, there's
saying.
something I want to tell women. If you leave a man because he's cheating, the likelihood that you will go and become a side chick to a married man is very high,
I've not
especially if
asked
you
her
have
to leave,
children.
and she should not
No.
leave, especially if
So when
she
I
has
say men will
kids.
be men, I say it with no apology. I don't mean it's a good thing, but I want you to understand that men are always going to be men.
Now, the phrase, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How does someone come back from their husband sleeping with a family member? How psychologically, mentally, how would she come back from that?
She has not left. You can't come back to when you have not left.
I mean psychologically, mentally. I don't mean physically leaving. I mean, how would she come back from knowing that the husband has done that? No, if it's
Therapy.
even an outsider, right? That the
Therapy.
phrase. No,
Okay,
that the phrase. If it's a,
because you see, all these things you are saying, you are just pointing to go and cheat. I
no,
swear
I'm
to God.
not saying that. Okay, that if that's how you reason it, let me say this point blank,
Hold on.
sister.
Hold on.
Don't
Sorry,
go and cheat.
before you say anything, you are saying don't go and cheat with your mouth, but then subliminally, you have. Do you
No,
realize that
now
we
how
have
can I
just
be
two
telling
options
a
here?
married woman to go and
Do
cheat?
you
Daddy
realize
freeze.
that we have just two options here?
No, I'm not saying she should go and cheat.
Hold
I'm just
on,
asking.
Ofure, listen to me. We have two options here. She cheats or she doesn't cheat. Choose one.
Don't cheat.
Good. Now, you can't say don't cheat with one side of your mouth, and then with the other side of your mouth, you are gingering her to go
I'm
and
not
cheat.
gingering her. Directing my questions to you. I said, how does somebody comes back from their husband cheating with a family member? That's just what I'm
She has
asking.
two choices. Either she focuses on forgiving or focuses on leaving.
Okay.
So, my darling sister, you have two choices. It's either you forgive or you leave. Ashley,
Yeah,
do you want to
I'm here.
leave or do you want to forgive?
I want to forgive, but it's finding
Do you want
how I
my
can
honest
forgive.
opinion? And I'm not going to say anything else. I'll allow everybody else to talk. I'm ending anyway. I have to go and sleep. But I'll allow for it to finish. The only thing I can tell you is go for therapy. Just go
Yeah.
and do therapy. That's the or else. Aside from this stupid thing this guy did with his cousin's wife, is it normally a cheat?
Well, before we met, yes. But then, no, sorry, before we started staying together, yes. But ever since we got married, um, this was the very first instance where he was intimate. Other occasions, I've been catching messages of flirting with exes, mostly exes. Nothing to suggest he's doing anything because he's quite transparent. When he goes to work, he calls me. Nothing has given me, or I've not caught anything.
I
But
think
that was
even
the
you are a
very
bit
first.
insecure.
Well, now I am. I wouldn't want to lie. Before I wasn't, because there was nothing that could make me to be like that. But now I'm very, very insecure to the
No, you've
point
always
where
been insecure. For you to be going through his phone the way you were going through it, to the point where you called his cousin, come and carry your wife. Your wife is with my husband in this place. You
no.
have some insecurity issues. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I want you to admit that you have insecurity problems.
Well, I wouldn't dispute it. But then I wouldn't say if I was insecure before, it's the same as I am
Now
now.
it's worse because you have what to be insecure for. The other time you were just looking for it. Now you found
Well,
it.
because we we used to touch each other's phones like that.
Don't
So sometimes,
make excuses,
no
my darling
one.
sister.
Okay.
Don't make
Let me
excuses.
just say I was
You,
insecure, but not to the point where I am now,
yeah, but you
probably
see,
then.
there's something that I always tell people: that thing you are looking for, you will find it, too, and you found it. That thing you are looking for, you will find it, and you found it. Now, I'm not saying it is a bad thing. Do you get me? I'm not saying it is a bad thing to be insecure. I'm not saying don't check your husband's phone. You are in perfect spirit to check whatever it is that you want to check. It's up to you. And you are in your right frame of mind to do what you did. I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to allow anybody to bash you for that. But you see, it shows that there's something underlying. You have some underlying problem in this relationship that you have not yet fixed. I don't know if you're getting me, Ashley.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's a
I can hear
problem,
you.
Ashley. And I don't want to say it's a major problem, but I'm tempted to say that it is a major problem. Ofure, over to you.
Well, my sister, what I would advise you from sister to sister, when you heal, it's for yourself. So please don't, I don't even know how to tell you not to think about it, because I'm 100% just being real, because it's really, really damaging and really bad. You know, if your
Very, yeah.
husband had gone outside to cheat with other, it's not like it's good, but at least you know you don't care about that person. You are the wife. But to a family member, it's something that will never erase from your memory. So please,
Mm-hmm.
find a way to heal. And if you need to go to therapy, go. If you know that he's sincerely sorry about it, work it out with him and see how it goes on for you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Now, let me warn you. This your husband know well.
Yeah.
If he can cheat with his cousin's wife, just be prepared for a lifetime of stupidity.
Mm.
Am I making myself clear? I don't want to tell you stay in the marriage without equipping you for what you are going to face in this madness that you are calling a marriage. I will be wicked to you if I did not tell you that you need special equipment to deal with this comedian. Am I
Yeah.
making myself clear?
What type of equipment will that be?
Psychological equipment. This thing where you dey inside, you know, you
Mm.
never know what you do.
Mm.
You never know. You are just beginning to understand that you are inside something that is silly. I do not want to outrightly advise you to end the relationship, but he's a very stupid guy. Because you see, eh, even if the family forgives him, unless that's how people are and where you people come from, even if the family forgives him, do you think that his cousin is ever going to forgive him?
No, that's why they swept it under the carpet, because
How
they
would the
don't want him, his brothers,
but
and
his cousin
obviously his
already
mother
knows?
to
You
know.
don't call him now, you know, no be you call him. You don't call him. So what are you sweeping under the carpet?
Yeah, when I called him, um, oh, my phone is about to die. When I called him, the parents had a wedding anniversary. I think a month after. My mother-in-law and my sister-in-laws went, and he asked my my one of my sister-in-law about it, and my sister-in-law said, "No, we don't know anything about that. How could our brother do that?" So the sister-in-law did ring my husband to say, when we went to the wedding anniversary, he confronted us. And he even reached out to my husband, and my husband he didn't ask my husband, but he just maintained a normal
Are you guys
conversation. I
properly
don't know.
married, or you are married?
Yeah.
Do you have like a court wedding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this kind
Yeah.
of man, I just pray that she will be scared to leave her daughter in the house because
No, it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
of the
No.
phrase.
So I'm even scared when my sisters come
At the
here.
Yes.
phrase.
You see, people will like small picking, like small picking. Small picking are different fetish entirely. Waiting she not supposed bring come house. Now her sisters, her friends, her cousins will be grown up. It's not fair for you to just label a guy a PED. When nobody say they catch up with
When a
small
man
picking,
crosses the
eh,
line,
it's like, why are you not suspecting him of trying to sleep with her brother? Why are you?
I don't know how she's going to come back from it, but I mean, healing
No, I'm
is
asking you the question,
possible.
Ofure. Why are you not
Yeah.
suspecting him of trying to sleep with her brother?
Who know again?
No, because
No.
he has not shown you tendencies that he's a gigi. Do you understand?
Uh,
PED now another special breed. No be everybody they do am. No be everybody fit see small pikin make bola hon begin the ginger on top small pikin. Now very special breed of people. Now they see small pikin. So mo no call am name wey no be him own, because that one are crime. This one wey him do na just nonsense him do, no be crime. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now nonsense and foolishness him do, no be crime. That one way you talk na crime. And if you start suspecting him of every foolish thing, then your union no fit work at all, at all, at all, at all. So no just bother. Okay, sis? I don't know if I'm making sense to you. Sister, am I making sense to you?
she there? I don't know if she's still there.
She's still Ashley.
She said her phone battery was low. She was
Okay.
saying it just.
Anyway, guys, I don't talk my own. There's one thing I want to tell women, and women don't like to hear this. Men usually will cheat. Usually. And do I endorse it? No. Do I support it? No. But the likelihood that your man will cheat on you is very high. And
With
if you leave
family
him,
members.
that's disrespectful cheating.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And that is where there is a problem. Not the cheating, the disrespectful cheating. Now, do I cheat? I try very hard not to. I work very hard on myself. I don't come. The difference between me and everybody else is I don't come and tell you that I'm a genius. I just try to put a structure around myself, and it has worked so far. So good. You understand? But one thing I know about men is men by default will cheat. And what Wale said about that man, that woman that left her husband only to be cheating with a married man, is also very scary. Ofure, if you leave your husband
Sir,
now, the likelihood that you be a married man's side chick is very high.
I will leave my husband though.
So, because let me tell you something, I don't date relationship before. Where the person who I did relationship with, he was cheating like me, if not cheating better than me, if not cheating more than me. But I'm
Now the freeze.
yeah.
I'm not even angry so much about cheating.
Mm.
I'm angry that he had to condescend so low to do it amongst the family. You
That one
know,
a
when they
very
have
randy guy. That
it's
one a
just
very randy guy.
I'm just
Just
really pissed about that family. That's what is getting to me. Like, how useless can you be, right? Not to go far. You have to condescend and bring yourself so low. Your cousin's wife?
Baba, I get interview tomorrow. Make I begin go. John, now you did this side though. It's just that the internet is not working. So here's the thing that we also say to women. And the reason why I didn't go the route you wanted me to go was she's still in love. She's already heartbroken. If the man leave her now, she's going to be heartbroken from the cheating and heartbroken from the leaving. Double heartbreak. The the in life, sometimes you don't need to tell people the truth. You need to tell them what their options are. Because when you tell them the truth, you end up messing them up. You understand? The man is a useless man on another level. As in, the man is a useless man that has a PhD in uselessness.
Right.
But I can't say that to her because she said one thing, she still loves him.
Okay.
So at that point, it's either you are her family member and you are ready to see her through the heartbreak and stand by her and give her the emotional support, or you let her. The cousin's wife, Baba. So
Maybe they're not ready
inside
for
this
good.
matter, now still woman still get problem.
Be woman enemy. Well, I just wish her well.
Even the cousin's wife, as in, why are you sleeping with your cousin's husband? I mean, with your
Right.
cousin, with your husband's cousin. Hopefully, just calm down and not stress yourself too much. Now,
Okay,
very
Daddy Praise. That's
nonsense
fine.
relationship. God no go let you see that kind one.
I mean, just so. I mean, thank you,
When you
DF.
when you come to this my life, when they hear things when I know they hear before.
Daddy Praise, I just feel for her, it's just really, I don't
But
know how
some
she's going to
and let
process
me
all
tell
these
girls,
things.
and this is what I also tell you: when you feel for someone, don't push them more into the fire. That's why I said you are riding your emotions like a horse. It's paining you. I understand. It is painful. It's annoying. It's stupid. But then she had a stupid husband who's had a stupid cousin's wife. You understand? So she's got to now. It's her game to play, not yours, not mine. You understand? And that is why I don't encourage people to make marriage vows. Even Christ said, let your yes be yes, your no be no. No need to make vows. Because people make vows. When you make vows, you break vows. You understand? The one with the sweet me pass for all the vows for this life, you say when you give person Bible, say make it swear. The person can't swear finish, can't begin lie as he swear finish. The enter lie. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I can't even, I know, I
You go
don't
to court.
know.
Have you ever been to court before? They say, are you a Christian or a Muslim Christian? They give you Bible. They say, swear the oath. You swear. As you finish swearing, the first question they ask you, lie. The second question they ask you, lie.
At the fridge, you see this singular act that just happened in a marriage. It's going to give birth to a lot of
If
kind
they
of
were to ask me, I would
worms.
say she should leave because
It's
it's
going to give birth, as
irreparable.
in,
But
it's very repairable.
like I said, no be me.
Go
Go
talk
tell
am.
Mama Elijah, say her fish don't burn.
Right.
Eh?
Because any move he makes, she's just going to, You know how somebody would be so quiet for a long time?
My sister,
And
let
just
me go. I'm
okay.
tired. I have work tomorrow.
Bye,
God
Daddy.
bless you. Thank you so much, Ofuri.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.